We talked at the beginning how this is simple. Have you found it pretty simple to start learning and implementing?
Yeah, it's not really that hard. It's like when you first learn multiplication, it might take maybe a week or so, but after that, you can get it down really easily and become really good at it. It's the same thing here. It seems super difficult, like, oh my God, how am I ever going to understand this? But it's really not that hard. It's just save, spend, share. That's the model. And if you follow that with a policy, you should be fine for the rest of your life.
There you go. You have it. For the rest, say it again. For the rest of when?
Your life.
Your whole life, maybe?
Indeed.
Your whole life.
But only if you follow it.
Only if you follow it, Jeremy.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the WealthWise Banking Podcast. And today's episode is one of those conversations that really reminds me of why we do what it is that we do. Now, a lot of adults, they hear the word infinite banking or family bank and immediately think, wow, that's complicated. But those adults, they kind of assume something that most people have wrong, that you need some sort of financial background or some fancy degree in order to understand this. But the truth is, it's not complicated. We as adults, we're the ones who make it complicated. But when you teach infinite banking the right way, a way that has systems and processes, you'll find that this isn't complicated at all. You don't have to be a financial genius. It's so simple that a kid could do it, believe it or not. And when you have these concepts in place, we take what's simple and remove a lot of the noise. And today, you're going to see exactly what it is that I mean. My co-host, Jason Sipple, brought on a really special guest today, someone who's been practicing the basics of infinite banking since he was 8 years old, all right? Let that sink in. Now, he's someone who has a healthy financial pattern and parents who teach and value financial IQ. And I hope that you guys really get something out of this discussion today. So Jason, introduce, who's our guest today?
Oh, I mean, this is you guys got to stay in suspense just for a moment because this guest is so special. We've been waiting for him for so long to be ready just to have this conversation with us, Jeremy. And we miss you, brother. For those of you who don't know, Jeremy was like our third son for a month, staying down here, cooking out with us in Orlando, enjoying fine time, company, and conversation. So, Jeremy, how are you, brother? Before I introduce this young man.
I'm doing great. As you see, I got the beard. It's growing out. I've been kind of absent from flying for a little bit, really working more on the things that are important, right? Like getting the goods in the woods, so to speak.
That's it, brother. Getting real with ourselves, getting a path for our future, and resetting before it's time to reset like the common folk. That's what I heard you say, right?
That's it.
And now I've got this young man that I'm so proud to have here today with me, Mr. Roanoke.
What?
No, well, it's not Roanoke.
No, it's Connor.
Oh, it's Connor. We got Mr. Connor with us today. So Connor, can you tell our fine folks hello?
Hello.
And how are you today, my son? How's your week going?
Pretty well so far. I mean, I've been enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, you excited to have this conversation with Mr. Jeremy and I?
Totally, 100%.
Totally. It seems like you kind of know a lot of stuff about banking and what we do. Does that feel pretty accurate to you?
Yeah, you could say so.
You feel pretty confident?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Because money and me, when we were kids, I wasn't friends with my money. Jeremy, were you friends with your money when you were little?
No, I was terrified about it. And we'll talk about that in a later episode. But yeah, I had an unhealthy fear around money.
Yeah. And anyone listening, if you can recognize that, that's the first thing I want you to recognize when you're listening to Connor and I and Jeremy have a conversation around money. So Connor, we're going to start super simple. Like, when we go out and play wiffle waffle, like your mom calls it?
Wiffle waffle.
Yeah, we play some wiffle waffle, which is wiffle ball for all you guys new to the wiffle waffle craze that is sweeping Orlando right now. But when we go play wiffle waffle, I say, Connor, this is coming right down the middle. There's no tricks to this. It's not curving. That's not anything. First question, Connor, what is money?
I think money is like a trading thing. Like you can trade things for money and you can get money from trading things. Like you can give, I don't know, a computer for money, or you can give them a computer or somebody and then you get money out of it. So it's kind of like a trading thing.
Nice. So you're saying it's easier than carrying like goats and sheep and stuff? That's what you've heard?
100%.
Yeah, that's good. What else is money? Well, I mean, what's money kind of like, how's money feel to you? I know we didn't talk about this. Little trick question right away.
I think it's I kind of like it because like I can get new Lego sets and stuff with it, but sometimes it feels it's hard to earn.
Sometimes it feels it's hard to earn.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it gets a little bit hard to earn, what's the easiest way to like kind of figure that out? How you can maybe get more money?
Well, I think I should put it in my policy, so then it'll compound over the years and I'll have basically pre-money.
Wow. Well, you jumped ahead there. I was not expecting that already, but like, how about for money? That's a high five, brother. That was awesome. And then what do you think, what do you think's money's for? Like I heard Legos, like we know Mr. Jeremy likes Pokemon like you, right? Just
Pokemon. Yeah, I say Pokemon, Legos, video games, clothes like a Messi jersey or something. Like pretty much everything that you see around you is you can get with money, pretty much.
That's a great insight. And so, what do you want to get with your money right now? I know that we have a system, right, that we're going to talk about and share with everyone that we've kind of been putting in place for a while now. We call it what? We call it the save.
Share. No. Save, spend, share.
And can you tell the folks what that means? Like, why do we have the 3 S's? We like to keep it in 3s, by the way, folks.
So the save is, so I take my 100% money, I take 60% and save it. The 30%.
Wait. Jeremy.
Yeah. Slow this down. I'm taking notes, Connor.
Did you hear that part? Wait, how much?
60?
Wait, 60%.
60%.
How are you affording your food and your utilities and your rent and all the stuff? And like you keep growing. Jeremy, this is already crazy.
Yeah. All right. So hang on. Let's take a step back. Give me those S's slowly. What's the first S?
Save.
Save. What does saving mean to you?
Like keeping money, like not spending it. Like it's like if I were to save a Lego and I would put it in a little plastic case and just leave it there, that's kind of what saving is.
Okay. And so when it comes around money, you mentioned a percentage. How did you get that percentage? What number was that and why did you choose that?
Well, I chose 60 because 50 and 50 would be like half and half. But if I do 60, it gives me more control of my money because I'm saving the 60 and I'm spending or sharing the 40.
So you're saving 60% of all your money.
Yes.
Tell me real quick, how do you make money?
Well, sometimes I edit videos for them. My neighbor, he also pays me to edit a few videos. And from doing like gigs, like doing the weeds or I don't know, doing like a spring cleanup and stuff. That's how I make money.
Gotcha. So money is a means of exchange, if I heard you correctly, right? That's what you said before. It's better than goats. It's just a means of exchange, and you use money to go out and purchase the things that you like and you need. But you're taking a first step before you ever purchase any of those things, and the first person that you're paying is yourself, and you're paying yourself 60%.
Yeah.
That sound about right?
Yeah, we've caught everyone up, Jeremy. Connor, another high five. That's an exceptional rate right there of savings. And, for anyone who doesn't have a lot of expenses in their life and you're earning money, what an opportunity to start building this habit from the beginning, as you heard Connor kind of share. And then he gets to do, and this is something, by the way, Connor, a lot of those gigs he did, I'm saying it how it is, maybe get a little upset. Maybe some of it wasn't tracked when we said we were going to do X, Y, and Z. Like Connor kind of realized that he wasn't necessarily knowing how much money he was earning from doing his gigs and adding value, right, Jeremy? So, Connor, I didn't want to bring it live in front of everybody before we talked about this, but how did you start realize that mom and dad weren't really tracking your money?
Because like I would do a lot of things on the weekend that I would normally get paid for, but then I would ask them and I would get the same amount as the week before. So I was like,
So wait, the amount of time you were trading for money wasn't the same for what you were doing?
So they were like, I don't know, sneaking it.
Or were we sneaking it, or did we maybe not care about your money as much as you did?
I think you didn't care about as much as my money as I did.
So basically, he started tracking it.
Yeah, because he was just doing what I needed him to do. It didn't matter if I gave him $5, $10, $15, like spring cleanup, which is like a $15 gig versus like pulling weeds, which is like an $8 gig. I just have him out there telling him he's pulling weeds and it might be 2 hours and he gets $8. But if he wasn't tracking it, Jeremy, and so Connor, when did you make the switch and how did you make the switch? So people hear it's not complicated.
I would say I did it about maybe 3 months ago when I realized that everything I was doing wasn't quite adding up. It was like If you had a job for $15 an hour and you worked 8 hours a day, and you weren't making 120, you're only getting paid 60. You're being scammed for 6 of the hours.
Scammed. Oh man, that felt like we were going to be back in self-defense last night. I almost had to grab the gun.
No, but so what I'm hearing Connor say though is he knows the value of his time, and he put in effort, he put in work, and he was getting a paycheck automated regardless of how much time he put in. And because he ended up valuing his future self, he started measuring what matters and determined, hey, I'm kind of getting scammed here.
He's not a bargain kid anymore. So then you started tracking it, and then when did you start noticing?
Well, I noticed when my money would be going up a lot faster than it ever has. And before that, even though I probably have done a lot of that same thing, probably the same amount of times before, I didn't get as much money. So I was like...
And you tend to ask Mom and I a lot. Is that true, about money and how you can earn money and earn a gig? Mm-hmm. And I still, to this day, Jeremy, I'm even going to raise it to, I'm going to put another $5 on this. To this day, he has a $10 brain gig to read these 91 pages. And this kid reads for an hour, 40 minutes plus a day. This is still an open gig. I am raising it to $15 right now.
So for our listeners driving right now, what did you just raise?
I was holding up Becoming Your Own Banker, the 5th edition by R. Nelson Nash.
Connor, how many times have you read that book?
Yeah, I've read 3 pages, honestly.
3 pages.
More than 99% of America, Connor. And thank you for your honesty, by the way, too. I'm glad you didn't say I read it all. So now we're on the next one. We had the first S, and we stay there for a while, right? Save. 60% is what Connor is saving. And he's 60%. Tracking it. He's tracking it because no one cares about Connor's money more than who?
Me.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't care more about it. I was getting away with a deal. A scam, as some might call it. And so next we have spend. And this is another place where maybe Connor felt a little ripped off. So Connor, what was your first plan with your spending since you started tracking your money?
My original plan was actually 50. So it was a lot more than it currently is.
Well, no, let's talk about what you're going to spend. Thank you for sharing that. So what you're going to spend your money on? Black Friday's coming up.
Oh.
There's some stuff that you want.
I was going to get a computer, but then my mom convinced me because it wasn't very worth it since I already could use her computer to instead get...
It's newer than my computer, by the way, for folks at home. So we're not, not using a dial-up internet. So keep going.
And... instead, I'm getting 2 Lego sets that will probably last me a lot longer than the computer, and they're super cool. Also, it's $500 less.
And so where's that money coming from? So you got 60% that you're saving. Mm-hmm. You got 40% that you're spending.
No, 30.
Oh,
you're spending 30%. Got it. We're saving 60%. We're spending 30%.
Yeah. And we're going to stay here on the spending for a second, right? Because this is a lesson that I had to unlock. And I noticed through Connor, we're always learning from those around us. I'm learning from Connor. And if you're listening at home, learn from your kids. Connor's saying, oh, I want this computer. And we had a reasonable conversation because we were going to let him take a bigger loan from his policy, make a loan repayment like Jeremy was about to ask. But then we realized Patty has a computer and we had to say, is this really aligned? You're not really doing the editing we thought you were going to do. We don't need this other computer to do more. You just need it for the stuff you like doing, right? Mm-hmm. And then based on that, Jeremy, Connor started to sign oh, I'm going to, and I thought, oh, Dad, it's close to Christmas. I'm having them Rochambeau to see who gets gifts this year, Connor or Pat or Diego. But all at that moment, Connor's decided, I'm going to get 2 Legos. And my dad instinct said no. But then what I thought is, you know what? He's saving 60%. He's finding a way to make value. Who am I to say that he can't get some Legos to put his brain to work and have fun and play, right, Jeremy?
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you're saving 60% and you're going out of your way to find gigs, jobs, right, to make money, and you're measuring what matters, right, to you, you got to reward yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to be a robot. So I'm glad that you're spending the things that you value.
Yeah, so you want to talk a little bit about why these Legos and kind of how excited you are to, I don't know, whatever you want to share about kind of like working hard and seeing something that you want with your money.
Well, before I started doing videos for them, I would wait like my birthday and Christmas. Those are the only times I would get Legos. And maybe like every few months I would get a Lego or so. But now that I'm using my money, I'm making more money. So my savings are going up quicker than before, and I can get new things. So it's pretty awesome.
And so where's that? You're saving your money in a traditional bank account and you're spending it with a checkbook? Or are you just kind of doing what every other American's doing? Like, talk to me about that save to spend method. How's that happening?
I am saving my 60, probably more like 70, my $2,000. I've put it into my policy. So when I get the Legos that I want, I'll have the spend already set aside to use it for.
What's the mechanics behind this? Talk to me about where's the money going first. So dad is giving you money, right? And you got a piggy bank? Is it a glass piggy bank or a Millennium Falcon piggy bank?
Used to be a glass turtle. Used to be a glass turtle. But today he's kind of advanced. So he's going to talk about what we did in August when we asked the owner, right? Or not the owner, the mutual company, our partner, we asked them a question and what happened?
Well, I decided to put my $2,000 into my policy instead of having it in just any bank account that's like 0.01 interest. Like it's like 1 cent.
Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. You weren't making, basically you said, why am I going to put it in someone else's bank and earn 0.01% when I could put it into my own banking system and have a guaranteed interest rate with dividends that's going to continue to compound over time?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. What made that a no-brainer for you? Talk about that a little bit. Why was that so simple and easy for you to grasp?
Well, because it would not only compound, but it's like I'm controlling it. Like if you were to go to the bank and give them a $100 bill with your name on it, like you write down your name on it, you give it to them, and you come back like 6 months later, you ask for this $100, it's not the same money. They're making money off your money. But now you're in control of your money and you're making money from your money.
And then when you take the money to go buy the Lego set, what's happening to the money inside your policy?
Well, I'm pretty sure that when I pay it back, I have to pay more back than I would have, that I took out. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's being a good steward of money. But the reason that we like to run it through the policy is, take it away, Dad.
Is now your money that's in there that you're borrowing against, that you're buying Legos with, continues growing uninterrupted, compounding and tax-free. And maybe for the 149th year in a row, you'll earn a dividend. And so your money's making money while you're buying Legos with it. And then like being a good steward, you're paying money back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to become even bigger. And then I'm going to be able to take a Lego and pay back even more. So it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger until it takes over the entire world and I'm the new ruler. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound pretty.
Well, we uncovered Connor's future wish. He wants to be the ruler.
Oh.
He tries it around the house sometimes. And how's that go? You and some of your little cohorts.
They don't take over.
They haven't taken over yet, Jeremy. We're still running a straight up dictatorship down here.
So basically, you've put in a system that you have control over your capital, mm-hmm. that you can then leverage that the policy to go out and purchase the things that you like in life. You put in a system to now repay yourself back with interest. And now talk to me a little bit about the next S, I suppose. What's going on there?
Well, the share thing would be like if there's like a charity or even maybe buying gifts for my friends for birthday parties, that would be the money I set aside to do that. So if I were to have, I don't know, $1,000, for example, I don't, but I would save $600, I would spend $300, and I would share or keep $100. So every time I would get more money, I would keep splitting it in 60, 30, and 10. So my share pile would grow bigger, so I don't have to ask my parents for money to buy birthday gifts anymore. So I can do it myself.
I was just saying that it was more of a statement than anything. You know, he's got a plan in place to go out and value himself, value his time, to earn capital, to pay himself first, to be a good steward of money by taking by running it through a system that he has controls, that has guarantees, not someone else's system. He's then going to use that capital to buy the things and finance the things in life that he likes. For him at 11, it's Legos, right? But what's cool is this policy is going to continue to compound, and maybe it's college, maybe it's his first car, maybe it's a wedding. At some point, it's probably going to help supplement his retirement. He's just so many decades away from that, that today is just Legos. But what I find impressive is he also put 10% aside for his friends and the other people that matter most in his life, because he doesn't want to rely on mom and dad to pay for those gifts. Instead, he's going to become his own banker. And part of that is being a good steward of capital and understanding that we're in a world of other people, right? You have a giving mindset. So it's not just all about Connor. It's all about Connor and the people he cares about.
And Connor learned about mom and dad were a bunch of scammers. So like if mom and dad are gonna be scammers in your life, then you better be certain that no one's gonna care more about your money than you will.
Yeah, I think that's what's really important here is that Connor has learned how that money is nothing more than a means of exchange. It can buy goods and services that he's going to pay himself first, pay himself back with interest, and then to better the world around him. And if each and every person listening to this podcast just simply had their own banking system and simply implemented the save, spend, share model, change your percentages, right? Connor's able to save 60% because he lives under the roof of mom and dad today. But find what's comfortable, find that meaningful ceiling and that manageable floor that Jason alludes to so often, and just adjust it. Save, spend, share. I think it's a beautiful system you put in place here, Connor.
Connor, any thoughts you have for anyone listening about how we talked at the beginning how this is simple? Have you found it pretty simple to start learning and implementing?
Yeah, it's not really that hard. It's like when you first learn, I don't know, multiplication, it might take maybe a week or so, but after that, you can get it down really easily and become really good at it. It's the same thing here. It seems super difficult, like, oh my God, how am I ever going to understand this? But it's really not that hard. It's just save, spend, share. That's the model. And if you follow that with a policy, you should be fine for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
There you go. You have it for the rest. Say it again. For the rest of when?
Your life.
Your whole life, maybe?
Indeed.
Your whole life.
But only if you follow it.
Only if you follow it, Jeremy. So, everyone listening, you're already in banking.
You're just not the banker yet. And if you found this episode really engaging and thought-provoking, book that call with Jason and myself. This is how we start to have that financial IQ that we want to pass on to our children. If you don't know where to start with a simple call with us. We will help get your financial IQ up to where you can have these sort of meaningful conversations with your children as well.
And thank you all for your time, for your energy, for being with us each and every time, because we know how valuable your attention truly is, and we love you for it. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your thoughts. Share them. And if you want to be able to have a conversation like this with your kids around money, whether they're 5, 11, 18, or even 40, it's never too late. When's a better time than now? Book the call with Jeremy and I. Go to wealthwisebanking.com and find a way to book a call, have the conversation, and get your kids involved. Connor, anything else you want to share with the fine folks?
Goodbye, kids in the car. Adults in the car. And I'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
WealthWise Banking. Be blessed all.
Thanks for joining us on WealthWise Banking. If today's episode inspired you, please subscribe, leave a review, and give us a like. It's a simple way to help others discover these empowering strategies and join our community. Together, we're building a network of people who believe financial freedom is within everyone's reach. Remember, financial independence is about making every dollar work for you, one step at a time. Until next time, stay inspired, stay in control, and keep building your legacy the wise way.